we are experiencing an excessive heat wave. Yesterday it got like out of hand. I mean, you couldn't step outside without turning into a puddle of sweat immediately at a certain hour. And so far it's early enough in the morning to avoid the worst of the sun's, you know, scorches, if you will. Should we do stairs or ramp? Usually in this waffle-like trellis of a structure here between the ramps, very often there's been bees. Again, like beehives or similar. It's kind of early in the morning. So we'll go this way. We won't do the stairs. It's kind of early in the morning, so it's possible, you know, they're not out flying around yet, but that would be a favorite hotspot. So people would, you know, walk up the stairs or come down this ramp and they'd be met with bees flying all over the place. So funny. Oh gosh. This edifice here has been totally revamped. It used to just be a solid wall and had a mural of a humpback whale. And it was strictly, I think, just a design center, meaning like interior design, decor, lighting, fixtures, you know, like how do you want your kitchen to look, what kind of tapestries, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people would go there. Somehow my mom and dad knew someone from the development where I grew up. This is, you know, before my parents divorced and everything, and she's passed away. Shirley Pritchard, I think is her name. Her husband passed away before her. Somehow she wound up an interior designer and got to work on certain sets, like supposedly for HGTV or similar. Like they often contract people out, you know, wherever they are, whether it's Philadelphia or what have you. She was actually living in Kennett Square, so somehow she wound up with a gig there, apparently. But anyway, they totally refurbished that building. It's all glass. It looks like a really beautiful space. They have all kinds of different offices in there that, you know, different businesses have rented out or what have you. So it looks like a neat place to work. Before, you know, it was the humpback whale. Now it's all glass. There's a place there called Odyssey, sort of like Audacity, but it's really like Audible, Odyssey kind of thing. So I'm not sure what they do there, but I think there's an actual radio station in there. I have to look again. I know there's a law firm in there, so someone I kind of know, somewhat of a friend, I guess, from the neighborhood. She was in front of Rittenhouse Square. That's where the office was before, Raymond and Lawn or something like that. I forget the names. It's a thing where you're like, is that a real company? Because it's like Lawn and Rain, you know? So anyway, they since moved from 1845 Walnut over to this designer building, as I call it, interior design building, right off of, you know, it's like 2401 Chestnut, or I don't know what the, it's Chestnut and Walnut is what it sits between. So, all right, well, we're 21 minutes in, not bad. This is the Schuylkill River here, and I'm on the Riverwalk, if you will. It's a really great place. You know, it's hot today, but it's a great place to get, you know, maybe walk, run, rollerblade, skateboard, bike, scooter. I see a scooter coming in. Bring out your infants and toddlers for a stroller walk. So I still have a GoTrax, but the battery died. That thing is heavily used, you know, and I couldn't find a replacement battery, and I'm on such a strict budget that I won't replace it right now. Also, because of what I'm doing, I don't need it. I needed it for various things in the past because I was working in different capacities and they were very far apart in the city, so walking was a bit of a blister issue, if you will. So they had really cheap GoTraxes, especially during the pandemic or the end of the pandemic. And a lot of people got these during that time period because maybe they door dashed for extra money or what have you, and you could use a scooter back then, just an electric kick scooter, what have you, that actually runs on a battery, not just a They actually allowed people in the city to walk. That's how much they wanted these orders picked up back during the pandemic. You could be a walker and still work for DoorDash. I don't know how they worked it. Like, you could put in your range, like what you were capable of doing, and I guess they try to dole out or distribute orders based on that. It's a, you know, or they didn't guarantee times. Like, this is the pandemic, we have an onslaught of orders. We can't guarantee that someone will be there within 15, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. You know, some people are walking. So, and I noticed like one guy still walking, even after that rule was, even after that allowability, if you will, allowance was lifted. You could have a scooter and just say and online just kind of claim you have an electric bike. They don't ask for total proof of that. You know, it would appear like if for some reason you had a hard time getting orders to people, it would show up anyway. And they're in the business of making money, so however you did get the order there is, you know, probably fine with them. So, like when you go through the app, you would say, you know, what mode of transportation you were using: car, moped, electric bike, and so forth and so on. I guess we'll go over to the dog park. It's a little bit hot. It is hot. In the shade, it's not too bad. So we figure this is a safe hour to come out by the water. Sometimes I worry about water issues and rivers and stuff and all that. But here in Philly, there's always people out, and it's kind of hard to get away with something unless you're at a very bad hour. And you know, if a potential victim were to come out here at a weird hour. But in general, Philly is pretty good at keeping people mobilized and walking around. So in a way, you always feel safe. Like, it would be rare to run into a situation, you know, it would be like a total crazy outburst thing, you know, would be the only thing that would happen. Anyway, we do have bees on the vine here around the railing, so I was wondering where the bees were. I gave it to so these folks. Okay. So down there, there's a ladder that goes down to the water. So this is called the boardwalk. It's an arm extension or what have you off of the Riverwalk over the water. They've recently extended it way down to whatever, forget what it's called, the Crescent extension or what have you, Christian to Crescent. And anyway, so it goes way beyond what you can see in this camera here right now. It's pretty cool. They have a bridge. I have it online. You can see the Christian to Crescent. It's in a playlist somewhere. It's not on the homepage, but I have a playlist of that. So it's pretty awesome. Like if you take up running, to be able to run the distance and get in a good workout. Today I would recommend getting the run in early. I'm already, you know, sweating more than I usually do. But here we go. There's the dog park. There's the dog park. Oh, looks like they have new turf. They might have refreshed the green turf.